What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction. So I ain't even going to lie to you guys. I probably will be doing a few more to this interview because one, it's long and I haven't watched the entirety of it yet. And if it's like in Carlos King fashion, it may be two parts. So even if this is just the first part, this was over 2 hours long. And I don't have that type of time to listen to this whole thing at once. But anyway, I was listening to the interview that Funky Dineva did with Carlos King on his channel. And I knew it was coming. I 100% knew it was coming because one, we know they're friends. And two, if he sat down and did an interview with Claudia, you best believe he was going to be doing one with Funky Dineva at some point. Now, when I saw it, I said, okay, finally it's happening. So what is he going to be saying? Because I know he's going to be saying some things that are going to be controversial. He may say some things that I agree with, and definitely some things that I don't agree with, and some things that are probably going to piss me off. That's him. But I will say there are a few things that I caught when I was listening to it up to the point that I got to. I probably only got to maybe like the hour mark, and that was while I was multitasking, as I always am. But anyway, I thought it was funny because he definitely threw shade at Carlos King, okay? Without maybe realizing he was throwing shade at Carlos King, or maybe he knew he was and didn't care, because we know he doesn't really care. He says what he feels and really doesn't care what anybody thinks about it, even if the person is supposed to be his friend. And then maybe he did it, but I'm sure Carlos caught it, and he was kind of silent on that part. But anyway, I was definitely a little bit turned off, but I'm going to play the clips and then I'm going to share my thoughts on what I heard so far.
So I wanted to send it to some friends, but the file was too big to text. So I uploaded to this YouTube channel that I've had since I was a teenager. Just so you know how you have to sign up for YouTube. So I said, how can I show it to my friends? I upload it and then I send them the link so they could see it. And I had another friend, my friend Tim Jones, dared me to put it on Facebook. And I put it on Facebook, and because I had this huge Facebook following, like, it went viral, for lack of a better term. And of course the responses were mixed. Like, the girls thought it was funny.
Of course.
All of the guys were like, man, what type of ass shit is this? What? And then now my phone's ringing off the hook from like all my friends are like, Quentin, like, I just got a call from, like, you need to take that down. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I take it down for what? At the point at which the phone calls are going around, there's no need to take it down because the damage is already done. Yeah. Everybody's already talking. I did it. So I'm like, fuck it. I did it. It is what it is. And so, fuck it. I was having fun. And so, like a week later, I put the wig on again, and I'm just going off about like social issues and my bills and my job. And I said, oh shit, this shit's kind of invigorating, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, with that wig on, I was able to say things that Quentin couldn't say. And so literally, guys, Funky Dineva literally just started out as like a journal. And I was just talking to, it was never intended to be a business. And y'all got to understand, when I came out 13 years ago, the word YouTuber did not exist. The phrase social media did not exist. The word influencer did not exist. None of those things existed. And I at this point now, I've got like 4, 5, 6 videos of I'm just venting, just talking about random shit. And I get this email from YouTube. At that time, you had to be invited to partnership. I get this email. I didn't understand it. Again, YouTubers didn't exist. And so I ignore the email. What was this bullshit? I ignore the email. About a month or two later, I get another email. I'm bored at work. I fill the email out. And that month, I think I made maybe like $40 in YouTube cash. Like, okay, was like, well, gas money. I was like, whatever. And so the next month I make like $88. Now you gotta make $100 in order for YouTube to pay out. FYI, I make like $80. I'm like, okay, this could be gas money. Fast forward, I was sick at work. I took off Monday through Thursday. I called my boss on Thursday and I said, hey, John, listen. I said, I've been out up until Thursday. I might as well just stay out, get well. I'll either come in over the weekend or come in on Monday. And he said, Quentin, you've been out this long. It creates a nice, natural stopping point.
So I'm going to pause it right there, and then I'm actually going to fast forward because he's basically just talking about how he got out of being in the corporate world and transitioning into becoming a hustler on YouTube.
If I can get $1,400 on unemployment, if I can get these videos to make another $1,400 or $1,500, that's $3,000 a month. I can live off of that. Mind you, my rent was only $600. So I was like, if I can get these videos, $1,500 from these videos, $1,500 from unemployment, I can live off of this. And within about 4 months, bitch, I was on the first Love and Hip Hop reunion. I'll never forget Katrina Daly. I'll never forget. I was sitting at home. I was doing my videos. That's when first season of Love and Hip Hop. Let me say this to you and to Mona. I would not have a career or be here today if it was not for the Real Housewives of Atlanta and if it was not for Love and Hip Hop. Those are Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Those are the two shows that broke me, that put me on television, so on and so forth. I'm doing my little videos. The first early seasons of Love and Hip Hop were the best. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going in. And mind you, I'm the first bitch on YouTube to ever do reality TV reviews, okay? It was not a thing. It wasn't a thing. And to give me my things, bitches.
Do you feel like, not to cut you off, I want to finish the story. Do you feel like you don't get your things? I will say this while you think. Me included. And I'm saying this to you on some real shit. We are able because of you. Me included. Me with my company, my shows I create. We are able because of you.
Thank you.
Me and every black, white content creator who either do interviews or recap reality TV. I need you to know this. We all bow down to you.
You got to do all that now.
No. We are.
But I was one of the first.
No. My problem is this. What makes me upset is the moment people reach a certain level of success, they don't want to acknowledge the person who inspired them. And if you never heard it after today, I'm saying to you, I didn't get my start doing YouTube, but bitch, it doesn't miss me that I have the subscribers I have because we all know how algorithm works. Whatever you talk about, my shit comes up next. and people be like, so what Carl is going? So I need you to know that. But continue.
So do I get my things? No, I don't. But they're coming, and they're coming. They're coming. I feel them. They're the universally. My things are definitely coming. So my videos. That's when first season of Love and Hip Hop. Let me say this to you and to Mona. I would not have a career or be here today if it was not for the Real Housewives of Atlanta and if it was not for Love and Hip Hop. Those are Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Those are the two shows that broke me, that put me on television, so on and so forth. I'm doing my little videos. The first early seasons of Love and Hip Hop were the best. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going in. And mind you, I'm the first bitch on YouTube to ever do reality TV reviews, okay? It was not a thing. It wasn't a thing. And to give me my things, bitches.
Do you feel like, not to cut you off, I want to finish the story. Do you feel like you don't get your things? I will say this while you think. Me included. And I'm saying this to you on some real shit. We are able because of you. Me included. Me with my company, my shows I create. We are able because of you.
Thank you.
Me and every black, white content creator who either do interviews or recap reality TV, I need you to know this. We all bow down to you.
You got it.
All right, I'm stopping it right there. And listen, this is my thoughts on that, because we know Carlos loves to blow smoke, right? And I'm a person that I'm not a big fan of what you would call like the copycat syndrome, where people say, oh, I was inspired, but really they're just like 100% copying. But that is to a degree. There's nothing new under the sun, right? I can say, like, for myself, I do this as it's something fun for me. It's a hobby. I've never done reality show reviews. It's never been my thing. And quite frankly, I give much respect to people who do that, because that is actually more, I feel like, of a job than any other job that I've ever had. It just doesn't seem like it's something that's fun to me. But if people enjoy doing that, by all means do it. Because the reviews and the recaps and whatever is like, that really takes a lot. And I've seen people where their reviews and their recaps is longer than the episode of the show that they're reviewing, or the episode of the show they're reviewing. But I digress. I am in the beauty industry, and one of the services that my business specializes in, I was the first to do in the state that I reside in. And I never was one of those people that would go around and say, yeah, I was the first. Although it's something that I definitely do have on my proverbial resume, because I don't really have a resume, because I am an employer. So I don't have a resume where I would give to anyone. But it is something that is on my list of accomplishments. But I don't go around saying, yeah, I was the first to do it. Y'all need to respect me. Y'all need to put respect on my name. Like, that is a big turnoff to people. One, it's a turnoff to me, so I would never do it with regards to what I do. And two, nobody owes Funky Dineva anything to pretty much like bow down. Well, every time they do it, well, I have to give credit where credit is due. Funky Dineva, he was the first to do it, so that's, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Man, you're getting your flowers with YouTube paying you over $50,000 a month. Like, be grateful and leave it at that. All of this, give me my flowers, bitches. Give me my flowers, because I was the first to do it. That type of stuff to me is a turnoff. I know I heard, and you heard Carlos King said, one of the big turnoffs to me is when people get where they wanted to go and they don't give credit to where credit is due. While I will say I agree with that in part, there's a level to that. And if the persons have already shown their gratitude in some way, like, how often do you expect them to do that? So while I do agree with Carlos, where it's like, if someone has finally gotten to where they want to be and then they act as if they got there on their own, and no one inspired them and no one helped them, or no one, whatever, they did everything by their own selves, I do feel that is disingenuous, and I don't like stuff like that either. But that type of talk, give me my flowers, bitches, I was the first one to do it. Yeah, and YouTube is paying you quite heavily to honor the fact that you were one of the first to do it. And let's be clear, because I used to watch him a lot years ago as well, and I can remember on a number of videos and occasions where he felt like he was above that. And I'm tired of it. I'm not even feeling the reality TV show stuff anymore, or whatever. And he got away from doing that. And that's fine. I'm not knocking it. So it's like, he felt like I'm saying you as if he's listening to me. He felt like he was above it. So if he felt like he was above it, then why do people who are currently doing it now owe him anything? YouTube is paying him what he is owed. So I would honestly leave it at that. There's nothing new under the sun, and there's always going to be a first at something, but everyone that decides to get into it, they don't owe that, that recognition to that person because they were the first to do it. And especially when some people feel like you have an air about yourself where you're arrogant and egotistical, and it's hard to even give credit to somebody like that because they feel like they're better. But I digress. I wanted to talk about that briefly. I would really love to know what you guys think about it. I will come back. I want to talk about some other things that I heard, but I like to do it. I don't like to drag things on. So guys, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.